I had to put the promo back up.
Do it, no problem. You already know.
We get up on here, so good.
Uh-huh.
Say, hey, oh, Oreo something. Right on.
Yeah.
So I got that camera. Does that camera say webcam on it? At the bottom is there green?
Yeah.
So she's on Facebook Live too. So yes, they doing it. So you might go cold yellow, just chill, Comrad. Watch this.
Yeah, we're live. Facebook, YouTube, we're there.
Look, yeah, we're like million flower bloom, yes.
Come on, Kenny. Come on.
Boy, equipment. Technology always does well until you need it. Till you need it. Once you need it, you're like, you need me? Okay, what we gonna do? When you get water, when you get water, you good?
Yes.
Water for it. We're gonna hit you. This gonna be your full count right here. Okay. For the time being.
Here's my full camera.
Oh, right here.
Uh-huh.
Until I can switch it out. So
are we on?
Are you back?
Not yet, not yet.
Mm-hmm.
My man, you back?
Just let me know while I'm
This main camera just popped on.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Okay. Now I gotta
Yeah,
reassess
that's
that one. Let me check. Main cam.
Are you using
Okay.
your phone for questions or something like
No.
that? Put it in.
Okay, I can't. Thank you. I was sharing. Yes, sir. Stay on me now.
Okay.
Yes, sir. What's that? Unity?
All right, y'all. We coming. Hold on. Is it? How does that look, Mary?
We don't see it. We
We
just
don't
see
see it.
Oh, that's right. It's not published yet. All right.
Right now,
Yeah.
Grand.
All right. Coming at you.
Yes, sir. Grand day, and welcome, Royals, to Rock Truth Radio. I am your host, Terry, and we thank you for joining us as we rock truth are absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth before our very eyes is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. Today, thanks be to God, we are here with none other than my friend, Amaru. He is here with the Black Butterfly Podcast. He will also be co-hosting this momentous occasion. We are also here with none other than my God, Chairman Dr. Fred Hampton Jr., my king. Such an honor. It is such an honor. Yes, sir. King. Amaru, first we'll start with you. If you could give us a recap real quick of what you've been doing, what the podcast have been doing, and then we'll talk about how significant this interview is for you.
Sure. So we started the podcast, me and my co-host Candace, back in 2022, and it was to originally spotlight some of the positive things in Gary. Well, first it transitioned from positive relationships, Black relationships,
Yes.
to more community oriented and positivity, whether it's entrepreneurship, home ownership, education, some of those things that does not normally get spotlighted. And so what we've done is we have collected a lot of efforts in our city with a lot of people from our areas and started to do neighborhood cleanups, clean up the parks. And the end game is for revitalization of these areas. And so these blight areas. And so it's rather interesting. Yesterday was the 3rd-year anniversary. And so having this conversation with you is so momentous because I'm like, wow, like that is pretty cool. How we started literally from the mud and to have this be, culmination of the 3rd year, it's so cool. And so we've been, I wouldn't say, but we've known Mary since we were in school.
Yeah.
And so some of the things that she was doing prior to our podcast, it's just fitting because it's also 5 year.
Yep,
Right?
5 years.
So it literally the same week. So
Yeah.
originally it was not intended to work that way, but it's cool that it panned out that way.
Yeah.
And also this is why this interview is so cool because hearing stories about your father and your mother, Comrade, right? And so some of the things that that was started back in the 60s, and obviously tragically, but then seeing some of the growth of some of the just the programs and the revolutionary thoughts and the spirit that your father and your mother, and then also yourself embody, it just goes hand in hand with what we're doing. And so this is trust me, this is inspirational and monumental at its best. So
Yeah.
Right on.
This is extremely monumental for me because it's for you, King. One, I don't know, God does a lot of, allowing me the opportunity to connect people in their places and in their parks and in areas in the world where they belong. And Rock Truth would not have started if you wasn't high kicking me out that door telling me that I could do it. I needed somebody to edify me and build me up and tell me that I can. This was a scary venture to do, but look, we're here 5 years later. And at the very least that I can do saying thank you and showing our appreciation is to, allow you to be in your graceland and provide you with this opportunity to meet
yes,
somebody so
yes,
influential
yes,
in your life. And then on top of that, when I grew up, just the same as your mom, like it was like this revolutionary effort. She put us, put us up on Black history, and then I was ready for the revolution. I was like,
Right.
oh, okay, so they not doing sit-ins no more. All right, that's
right.
oh, okay, all right. So they ain't marching. Where is it that I belong in society? But now I realize it is assuring that truth is told in his story, and so I'm here for it. My king and Fred Hampton. If we can just grow to you, please, if you could introduce yourself to a generation that could possibly not even know who you are, who your father is, and tell us more about the Black Panther Club movement.
First and foremost, I'm honored and humbled to be here. To say revolutionary respect and appreciation to both. I just wanted to shout out y'all professionalism. Y'all brought a good energy here to the Hampton House.
Yes.
As I said earlier, I'm self-critical. I got it because I'm literally just touching back now.
It's all good.
Yeah, man. Work away, brother. Your work is.
Thanks. And just touch down back down from Accra, Ghana, Timor, in Ghana, and with a delegation doing some phenomenal organizing. We touched down places such as slave dungeons. We don't talk more about that. Just I'm still taking in some discussions, dialogue that we had there. We are based in the Hampton House, which is a central base for our president organized. I say ours with the Black Panther Party, Cubs,
Absolutely.
the organization. And we say it's a tough act to follow. We attempt to walk not in the footsteps, but Panther Paul steps
Yes,
of the Black Panther Party.
Yes.
As you said, maybe talk to some audience people may not be familiar with who I am or the word. I'm son of Chairman Fred Hampton and also of Comrad and Njera, one of those Deborah Johnson. One of our mantras with our organization, we say we had a great grandchildren of Garvey, offspring of Malcolm,
Yes,
and an ideological cause of Black Panther Party, which Black Panther Party was a revolutionary organization that stood up for, amongst other things, in particular self-determination, the right to determine our destinies.
Yes.
It started October 15, 1966, by Minister of Defense UAP Newton, Chairman Bobby Seale. We have chapters internationally, large chapter in the state of Illinois under the leadership of Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton. He was subsequently assassinated by the federal government December 4th, 1969, along with Defense Captain Mark Clark. I didn't grow up romanticize revolution. I said before, some people said we don't do this because my father, my mother did this, so on and so forth. I respected revolution. I respect it, and I still respect, and I love. What's the saying? They say in church, what's your calling? This is my calling. And I grew up in the city where not only a lot of names, a lot of things are not changed, a lot of the names not even changed. So a lot of the contributions the Black Panther Party was grappling with, dealing with, still faced with them. So to know what I know, it would be a derelict of duty not to follow up. Some of the things that the Black Panther Party cause have engaged in, we still fighting for the release of political prisoners. Cases range from Long Hill political prisoner Mumia Abu Jamal,
Yes.
man, which is not a main formula, A-Trap Brown, the C numbers Illinois, your brother, sister, people in general,
Yes.
who are captive in concentration camps. And when I say the term concentration camps, it's not just like abstract, slick soundbite that just touched the most of the people. But fortunately and unfortunately, I was held captive in those countries because I'm also a former political prisoner. And I lived, came close to being took out inside those dungeons. As Minister you said that had it not been for the support of the people, I may have come out there in the pine box. It couldn't have done it all. Case I was given was trumped up charge, two trumped up charges of aggravated arson, which happened in uprisings and rebellions that occurred throughout the world in response to the Semi verdict rendered with the Los Angeles Police Department about the beating of Rodney King. And I mean, I'll speak to some Johnson before, and I said, Rodney King, they like, who was it? Damn, I'm dating myself. Occurred, but I was snatched up and during the quote unquote trial, which was a legal lynching. They made it very clear why I was locked up. So, don't you Chairman Fred Hampton, don't you believe this? Don't you ascribe to this, so on and so forth. I was subsequently sentenced to 18 years and the 9 years of time. Hit the ground running. But in 1994, we birthed the POCC, the Prisons of Conscience Committees, which we interchangeably used POCC with the Black Panther Party Cubs. And our main mantra we have is free them all. That's what we greet each other, we see each other, keep freedom on our mind. See, greetings that's important. And I think back, I referenced Dr. John Henry Clark when he was talking his piece, Long Walk to Freedom. I think that was the name of the piece. But he talked about like how Rome had stressed the importance of the greetings when they were so hell bent on destroying Hannibal, Carthage. And he said they would greet each other every morning. Greetings, Roman citizen. Carthage must be destroyed. And so we look at that. We always stress the importance of our greetings, but that just reiterates the importance of our greetings. So that's a term that we use all the time. And some people have an issue even with that position about, say, well, I don't know about you saying free them all. What about this person? What about this case? So on and so forth. And the deal is to heighten the contradictions in regards to the actual purpose. You know what I'm saying? And the prison is a major tentacle, a major aspect of war that's waged on people. And we say a war, one of the disadvantages we have is a non-acknowledged war. Other religions, you have an acknowledged war. I mean, even to a Nazi Germany, the SS, they created ghettos, have the scriptures, we create the ghettos. Other communities, they turn propaganda bombs. Us, they they call it love and hip hop shows. So the struggle to at least not heighten what's the real purpose, of this the prison, what people call a growing prison industrial complex. You say it's not a growing prison industrial complex, it's the mass kidnapping of African and other continental people. And I think the Marines say kill them all, let God sort them out. We say free them all, let the people sort them out.
Right.
So that's a big aspect of our work. We're sitting right here at the Hampton House. This has been oh man, really great thing. This has been a major battle to even get this far, for us to even be here. This is the house that Chairman Fred Hampton grew up in. And even though I say, no matter how many times I say it still hits me to be here. The elementary school he attended, right across the street. And we took this campaign to save the house, but the banks was on the verge of taking it. And we had a lot of battles. And we got children across the street, they didn't know who Chairman Fred was. And one of the parents said, due to y'all presence, children have to get bigger shirt sizes. I said, why you say that? She said, you walk with a pride now. He said, this is school that Chairman Fred. And we constantly hit them. I used to say war stories, but I like this term we use now. We say war and love stories. A lot of times we've been a freedom fighter, revolutionary. The misnomer and incorrect narrative is that you're doing it out of some reactionary motive, motivated by you know what I'm saying? And which, rightfully so. I mean, the people who have that sentiment, what's been done to us, that can be justified too. Like I said, I think all Black people should get a Nobel Peace Prize. The fact that we ain't all just university just snapped out. But the deal is we do out of a love for the people, no matter how preposterous that may sound. And so this was we recognize significance about this campaign, and that the significance, even correlated to like I think it was Napoleon, that even with the cannon, the 21 salute, the 21 gun, they had 21 gun salute, they attempted to shoot the nose of the Sphinx in Africa. They face it. This hours before we engaged in the campaign, I was in West Oakland talking to Minister Dr. U.E.P. Newton's nephew, and we was going to West Oakland, and we was talking about how that area, West Oakland, was flooded with narcotics. And I was telling about Baltimore, and even with site where Chairman Freed and Lamar Clark were assassinated. I remember about, I guess now 30 some years ago. I remember going there, and the brothers was hustling. It was hustling right there at the same site. And I said, "Oh, I said, man, y'all know what this, y'all know where y'all at."
Right.
And they said, "Man, the police don't mess with us right here." And I explained to them why.
Right.
And they said, "Man," they said, they said, "Let's pack up. We gone." And the deal is it's an attempt by the state, by the system, to salt the earth. You know, to come back, like this war tactic. Like you see old Roman movies or whatever that's after they conquer people, they say, okay, literally salt the earth where you can't grow no more crops. They put salt in there. And like our legacy, the deal is, we say our legacy is more important than our life. We have some on physical time to be here. They would attempt to come back and salt the earth. They attempted to salt the earth with Chairman Freeman and Lamar Clark was assassinated that. Okay, walking on silence. Okay. Yeah, right. We got here, they took salt earth. I think back, this old Facebook Live footage where we find that we had to wash dishes with rainwater, no heat. Yeah, and man, I think the battle, there were 9 overdoses, doctor overdoses right next door. They had people in the hallways of this house, just struck out, you know what I'm saying, demoralized. We use that term, demoralized folks and the junkies. Just a side note, I spoke at a okay.
Yeah, so they can hear you.
Good now?
Okay, yes, sir. Go ahead.
I spoke at a rehab center in South a few weeks ago, and the brother told me, he said, he seen me, he said, man, he said, you shook it up there. I said, yeah, he said, the people there, they got their chests out. They tell them they're counselors. We're not dope fiends and junkies. We're demoralized. See, so even the terms we use are important. You know, we reference that. But it's been a long battle to get to the state. We still battling, so that we say now we can change from save the Hampton House to save and maintain the Hampton House.
Right.
So we still have a lot of work to do with some of our programs, the Triple C's, Children Community Clubs, do that. Spirit the Black and Free Breakfast Program. We did have a free breakfast program also. We kicked that off on the south side of Chicago, 67 and Green. Work on the free medical center. Work on some of the same, not just some sort of abstract, we don't have the Black Panther part, but some of these same needs and desires of the people, they still needed. We wish it wasn't the case. We wish, that we could have walked up from victory and say, okay, man, that was some courageous moves done in the 1960s. We can lay back on our laurels and rest. We still in the struggle.
Yes, sir.
And see I'm glad you said that because especially with the climate we in, with the president that we have in office, right? And so it's a couple things that you talked about. You talked about things that are needed, right? You didn't talk about anything about the presidency or anything like that. You talked about getting up and organizing. And so can you please talk about the importance of organizing, especially with us? Because we were downstairs. I'm seeing the refrigerator down there, and feed them all, right?
Yeah.
I'm seeing the book pantry downstairs. I'm seeing all these things that started with this organization, with this party, and it's like you said, like it's not time to sit down and sit on our hands. Yeah. It's time to work with our hands. So, but can you talk more about the importance of organizing?
Yes, indeed. We are our own liberators, the people, and sometimes that can sound cliche. It's like, oh yeah, powers of the people. We're gonna do, but that we mean that. Absolutely. Policy take this war shit deep. And the dynamics of understanding that change happens from the bottom up. You know what I'm saying? So the incorrect narrative is that ruling class gives us that it comes from the top.
Right.
Down.
Right.
And then there are highs and lows organized, and there are highs and lows people recognize the significance of us as a people. You know, we don't never, it's intentional that we're never giving the credit that we make the change. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's intentional. A lot of people don't know that the Black Panther Party implemented the first free breakfast program.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Bus programs of prisons, free medical center. And these are not instituted it's a charity,
Right.
but getting people involved in self-determination. And that's important to know because I've seen other people that may have different programs. I mean, my sister was in the front. She still talks about it. And I know she was Jeremy, you talking about me on the interview. And I was drawing views out there and I was raising some criticism with some brothers that came by. I said, man, y'all, you know, so what's happening with community service? Y'all said, man, the garbage ain't been dropped off and the garbage can in the front has not been dumped out. This hasn't been tightened up. You know, so the gate needs the system. And we wasn't soft shoring. I wasn't soft pedaling the criticism with them. You know, saying this is the people's program. You know, so you put some work in. You know, so this is the people's thing.
Come on.
And so you come in, and that's got to be stressed theoretically and practically. Asada Shakur talked about,
Yes.
and Asada talks about a case where a little brother was in Harlem, Black Panther Party Free Breakfast Program. She talked about how he put some pancakes in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Look, brother, you can never steal this your program."
Yeah.
Come
You know what
on.
I'm saying? And
Yes.
so that's imperative. Like you different cases, like when uprisings happen, people refer to as the riots. So we shouldn't tap our own neighborhoods. The people who see that these really are not our neighborhoods.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? We may live here, you know what I'm saying? We want people to understand these are their programs. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We got cases where people have been put on hold, who try to exploit the program. The whole meeting, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like 2 weeks you get a backup, you know what I'm saying? We raise criticism of the people. This is not charity. A lot of times, in different times, in history, different times, especially when the U.S. imperialism is Machiavellian with the carrot or the stick. And you know what I'm saying? Machiavellian with a say don't oppress you, you know what I'm saying, one way or another, you know what I'm saying? Give certain concessions, get you comfortable, you know what I'm saying? It may come in sugar-coated bullets. It may come with programs that's really to get you lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to be real careful with that. And there's certain periods of times when the conflicts are heightened, where people see, oh man, it's blatant when the ruling class, where the emperor has no clothes on, was you know raw. This is what it is. But this the deal is this has been going down because our people we don't want them the yes a good feelings of who's in play, who's in power, if we gonna eat or not, if we gonna survive or not. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like that dynamic of self-determination.
Yes.
And I tell you what I'm saying, that I said, well, what if this who depends who's in play with the Democrats or Republican. And these different electoral politics say, yeah, listen, we had this past August 30th, the Chairman Fred Streets Party. That's a major event. We August 30th and December 4th are 2 major days. Like nations not only when they say Savior's Day, that's the
Right.
We have the August 30th, the Chairman Fred Street Party, and December 4th, International Revolutionary Day.
Okay.
This we have a different theme. Like I think 2 years ago, the theme was the folding chair and recognition and respect to the
yeah.
It's the Chairman Fred and we had a folding chair. She always like into the ground. Yeah, this important thing was they not like us. So we always put them into the ground. So August 3rd, we had the theme was the People's Convention. That was gonna say because they was a Democratic convention. Ironically, going right down the street from Ground Zero, where Chairman Fred and Lamar Clark was assassinated there. And it was a phenomenon. And we say, well, studying people, but if you people say power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. Power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. As an organizer, you have your ear to the ground and see what's phenomenal, what they at? Good, bad, and different. You know, so a lot of times organized people say, well, I want people to be here, but you know, you gotta get temperatures, see where they at. And so different, like when we go to New Orleans, we say, well, man, second line, that's the hood version of the Mardi Gras. You say, okay, how can we define that and so we can make it work in desired manner? Reverend Nat Turner, he put his ear to the ground. He said the church was phenomenal. He said, okay, praise the Lord, pass the ammunition. Harriet Tubman, she took the Negro spirituals to define it and make it work in our interest. So we took the convention. We said, okay, we said, we don't, a lot of times people get called absolutes, like they have no frame of reference other than Democrat Republican. They have no concept.
Right.
You know, and it's times like this where people say, whoa, wait a minute, the Black Panther Party, what does that mean? This is a revolutionary political organization, it had a platform, an agenda, you know what I'm saying? A political agenda. I said, and a lot of times you hear that the ruling, you get relegated to the ruling class and you we refer to slave plantation politics or electoral politics. That can play a role, but the deal is everything is political. Words, terms, fashion, how we relate to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, everything.
And we got to go and deal. We said, man, and people say, well, how you gonna roll with the Democrat Republicans? We not relegated to the elephant or the donkey.
Right.
The Black Panther Party.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so we have people's convention. What are the people? So the deal is we talk about reparations. We have those political prisoners. You know, even immigration. What are people? What issues do you want to address? You know what I'm saying? And so when the people actually have a say, so you understand and submit their questions in. Came in plain language terms. They didn't have to speak the Queen's English. We relate to Stephen Biko and Black consciousness said. Black people in particular must grasp the ability to distinguish intelligence from the ability to articulate.
Say that again.
Black people in particular must grasp the ability to distinguish intelligence from the ability to articulate. Chairman Francis, a lot of these people running around here got more degrees than the thermometer. They can't walk and chew gum at the same time. The masses of people are very intelligent. Chairman Francis get this analogy, he said, get these sisters in front of the free breakfast program. The police will pull up on them, say, hey, are you for capitalism? So say, no, Chairman Francis, that's really not cool. The police say, hey, well, okay, what about socialism? So say, you know what, on second thought, I really can't debate with you. I'm really not hip to all the terms. And the police say, okay, what about the free breakfast program? So say, oh, okay, hold on, big. That's what's feeding our babies.
Right.
If you should mess with, you'll blow your brains out.
Right.
The people can relate to their programs. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of times, the ruling class get these intellectual monkeys, put them in front of us and say, well, you don't know this word, you know what I'm saying? We have to get the backbone. And say, hey, hold on, we don't have to have no degree to recognize my son got shot 16 times. It's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And certainly you pick up on. Say, no, this ain't cool. A reporter asked me, I was speaking at the University of Ghana in Africa. He said, well, we said, Chairman Dr. Hampton, we studying your movies. In Africa, Brazil, France, Ireland. How do you communicating? You see, we even see you outside talking to people. You say, who didn't speak English? And I said, well, listen, I speak liberation language.
Right on. Come on,
I don't colonize code switch either.
Right.
There's certain things that the people can relate to. It's universal. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Quick, King, if you could play the revolutionary clip and just go right on into the second clip as well about the aftermath of the assassination.
But they can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you remember. The rest is there. Hampton, the search warrant was merely a subterfuge, and the mission of the police was to murder and maim. When I came into the room, I started shaking the chair. The chairman, wake up, pigs were back. Still half asleep. I looked up and I saw bullets coming from it looked like the front of the apartment from the kitchen area. They were pigs to shoot. And about this time, I jumped on top of the chair. He looked up. Looked like all day. Birds that's entrance way to the bedroom there. Back there from there. Mattress is just going. You could feel the bullets going into it. I just everybody in there. When he looked up, he didn't say a word. He just moved his head up. He laid his head back down to the side like that. He never said a word. He never got up of bed. The person was in the room. He kept hollering out, stop shooting, stop shooting. We have a pregnant woman, a pregnant sister. At the time, I was 8.5, 9 months pregnant. My baby was delivered in 2 weeks. Pigs kept on shooting. So I kept on hollering out, finally it stopped. He pushed me and other brothers by the kitchen door. Told us to face the wall. Heard the pig say, "He's barely alive. He'll barely make it." I assume they were talking about Chairman Fred. Then they started shooting the pig. They started shooting again. I heard the sister scream. They stopped shooting. Pig said, "He's good dead now." Richard Warren said, "If we understood Fred, we are dedicated to his life wasn't given in vain, then there won't be no more morning tomorrow. Then all our sorrow will be turned to action." He said, "But you have to remember one thing, and that's be strong."
Listen, when initially you think about the movement, I don't know about anybody else, but I believe that these political figures were way older than, and then you find out that he was 21 years
Yes.
old. You know what I mean? He's a baby. I mean, compared, we're in our 40s, we're older. He was 21 years old with the right idea. I love watching the Chicago 7. When Hoffman was on the stand, he said, "I've never been on trial for my thoughts before, for my ideas before. Having the right idea regarding unity, they will kill you. They will assassinate more than your character." King, watching this, seeing him as a revolutionary, is saying, "Oh, you can kill a revolutionary, but you cannot kill the revolution." What are your thoughts?
That you still have they talked to the brother earlier. So it was one that commented that people was coming up to the house. I was outside. They still talking about war and love stories about how Chairman Fred like the fact that Haynesville, Louisiana, where Chairman Fred is buried at. Law enforcement still shoot his tombstone up every year.
Yeah, that's
The fact that in Menard, one of the most infamous prisons or plantations and concentration camps, Chester, Southern Illinois. They have my picture and Chairman Fred Sr.'s picture in the gun towers right now. And you get called a picture by one of those, they give you 6 months added to your sentence. These are some of the examples of the fact that, as he said, you can revolution, but you can't kill a revolution.
I don't know.
And just touch on your point about regards to the age. I've often said that I'm revolutionary in reactionary times. And I envied that time period. I recall a situation I was in that referred to as Deathville. Actually, Chairman Fred was there himself also, but I remember it was intense times with the prison was going through quote unquote transition and transformation, where they would no contact visits. There was just the brutal beat down, so graphic. The guards was coming in to beat down. And these young brothers upstairs, they was engaged in some trivial debates back and forth about something that was elementary. And I happened to be reading Nelson Mandela's book, A Long Walk to Freedom. And as a part in it, I remember I was coming, I said, I guess I had a lot of struggles with him on different things, but I envied the fact that he was talking about how the ANC, the African National Congress, he was representative of the PAC, the Pan African Congress, the Black Conscious Movement, they were engaged in these debates in prison. And I was like, wow, I said, man, imagine that could be in some real debates about what's going on in the world as opposed the brothers. I seen one of them in the funeral recently. He said, "Man, Chairman, he was going up there." I said, I just came to the bar. I said, "Man, y'all showing this trivial stuff, man. They beat us down. We don't gonna hit them up." But that time period, the intensity, that it was a different 14-year-old. You know, I mean, different. You had to do the draft. You know what I'm saying? With the draft, it was. I mean, it was common discussion where you know, U.S. imperialism had made it clear. You know, go to fight the war, go fight for them, or you know what I'm saying, or go to jail. And it wasn't a positive conversation. I mean, everybody. It was a climate where the script was put. It was in the context where the athletes had to take a position. Where Muhammad Ali said, "No, I'm take a position with the people." He said, "I'm not going to call a kid or a yellow man or a white man who never called me nigga." It was a conversation in the music. When it gets very Gordy in Motown Records, someone put this song on what's going on, whether you like it or not. It was a revolutionary climate where it wasn't just a secret or it's that black. My mother told me she's 7, 8 months pregnant, walking down Madison, late at night. Brothers and sisters, the power to the people was a different. You had the Annie was the devil disciples get up publicly, so we now are the black disciples. The Black Stone Rangers with the Black Peace Stone Nation, the White Stores in the work of the Free Medical Center. It was a revolutionary climate. And so even children, people seem to be good. I mean, that age, teenagers, there was a different dynamic. Little Bobby Hutton, just turned 17 years old. Treasurer, assassinated April 6, 1968. 2 days after the king was assassinated. Type of relationship, type of conversation. Like Chairman Fred said, the best dressed brother was wearing a leather jacket in the 45. You know what I'm saying? It was a different how you view relationships. It was a different dynamic of your day's work, your music, everything. And the revolutionary period, revolutionary times. And again, you get a revolution, but you can't get a revolutionist. That's something that we have to relate to because again, we have a certain amount of time to be here. But that dynamic of revolution, that will change. You can't. I remember a brother told me, you laugh by now, leadership, one of the major street organizations. And we had a situation before, and we was dialoguing. And he said something to the effect, he said, man, you crazy. I said, yeah, that's why you say that. He said, you crazy, somebody dying for the people. And I said, and I responded, I said, cats out here dying for cars.
Right. Talk about
it.
Talk about it.
Yeah. I said, you say something wrong with me.
Come on now.
And we laugh about it now.
Yeah.
You know, 30 years later, we laugh about it now in the conversation. But you know, that dynamic to be able to have a let's say worldview and to openly acknowledge, not to be dismissed as on paranoid.
Right.
I remember growing up catching tip. Oh, he coming on that 60 stuff. And so, and but to have that type of that climate, that conversation.
Yeah, real quick, one last question, then I'll switch out with Candace. You always say your death certificate, your birth certificate.
Yes.
Could have easily been your death certificate.
Yes.
And it reminds me of just, you know, God's perfect plan for people. You know, he knew you before he formed you in your mother's womb, purpose and direction and this legacy that you would have. Like, so in legacy, did you find it difficult to stand or walk in such grand shoes that were laid before you by your father?
Tough act to follow. Tough act to follow. I've been fortunate to have adversaries and allies who help remind me, help keep me on track. I say adversaries too, because I tell you, he's one of the good parts. Right. But Minister Dr. Huey P. said that contradictions are the ruling principle of the universe. Contradictions are the ruling principle of the universe. You need different dynamics to say, okay, you know, I mean, hot and cold, you know, so you need different dynamics, you know, in certain situations, they help, you know, remind me, keep me on track, and was my calling, it was my duty, and to feel it, and but again, I didn't go Madasac. I seen the photographs. Chairman Fred, it's probably being, you know, pulled out. Chicago police carrying his body out. They was chanting. They was smiling. Chairman Fred is dead. But I'm honored and humbled to see, man, to be, you know, to be able to. I'm not looking at certain blessings. I said, like, you just again to be in the same house and to organize it. I constantly learn. and once your appetite is, you know what I'm saying, once your palate has touched, has tasted self-determination, has had certain discussions, it's hard to go back, you know what I'm saying? It's, you can't, you know, I make a joke that Chicago's big thing about who's got the best pizza, and Giordano's pizza.
Yeah.
I say, I don't do commercials for them, but like,
Right.
if you cut from the top, brothers, I tell you, I say, man, brothers and sisters, be 14 to 24 years old. I say, not role models, real models.
Yeah.
To have that. It's done in a way, how they say, if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. It's like, so anyway, I'm gonna tell you something. I go through battle fatigue. Right before this delegation was called for Africa. I was left here. I videoed on my phone. So I said, remind me. I wasn't that man. The house was in disarray. I was going, man, organizational struggles. I was like, it was battle fatigue. Like, you can as organized you can't. I'm holding myself back now because you be real careful. We don't want to be like that, like crying the blues. Or you can't, you can't never see you sweat. But it was battle fatigue. I know we had, I call it, our fellow Central Committee members. We're not in a position to do certain moves. All programs have to be halted for me. I heard him say that. All our programs, I say, even the tours, I say, put on, in that long flight, somebody coming on the flight, he was, some days changed, her back was hurting in front of me. She said, she changed seats with you. But yeah, so I sat in the chair. So I come, he was knocked out. He was the whole trip. It's like, out. I said, yeah, I was drained. And when I touched down, comrades, they said, man, you seen the tour? And I said, I say no tours, ain't nothing happening right now, nothing else. And when I rank and file, Comrade Cool, they said, man, I seen the tour that she did. And it was like, I said, it's like, you go to the ability that spark, and that spark, it hit you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, damn, it hit you. Then you need to know the path party. Some people romanticize. I studied the good, the bad, and the ugly. The house, the apartment they stayed in, that was no, what Chairman Fred and Mother Comrade, Deborah Johnson, they stayed there. There was no hot running water there. They had to go down the street to Barbara Sankey, was a lieutenant of finance cadre, her mother's house. And these are some of it's not the glorious side of the revolution, it's the humbling parts of it. And you need to hear about that, you know what I'm saying? But be careful with it, because sometimes you say, because man, you say, we all go through struggles. So it's a different feeling to know that you're fighting for the people. This is not no personal thing. In fact, when people say that one of the most difficult things of being a revolutionary is fighting in the interests of a people who many times do not know their own interests.
Wow.
Can I keep Rohit switch?
Question I had, because you talk about father, and this is one of the things I was sharing earlier. I thought you were cool because your father put Black women in spaces. And so can you talk about the role that your mother played in his life and then throughout your life?
I mean, like, when you talk about, sometimes we'll say, we point out certain things and it doesn't seem just a big deal. It doesn't seem like a leap. And I struggle to put stuff in context, like that correlation with Tupac said, "Rose grew from concrete." To put in context what we're dealing with. A lot of times people say, "Well, there were women leadership Black at the party." Okay, so no, hold on. Let's put stuff in context of time. This is something that in regards to any dynamic with our people, I don't care if you're talking about actors in the movie industry. You say, well, this person, man, they done this role. You say, no, let me explain to you what they do to actors. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build something, put in context to remain principled, to go against the grain. This is a time period, 1960s, time period when TV shows like Leaving the Beaver. Top shows. This is a time period where when Pat Nixon, wife of U.S. the former U.S. President Richard Milhouse, they said people would question if she was even able, like I'm talking like physically able to speak or not. You know what I'm saying? This is the climate. This is. I mean, if you look back now, you can say, "Oh, that's crazy." But you look at the I mean, and I'm gonna say, let me add this too. Some of the ruling class does to us too. Though they may sell us this snake oil that women are to be demeaned or relegated to some sort of you go back and like even during the era of chattel slavery. You know, white women slave owners, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So and they're selling to us. But their communities, you know what I'm saying? The politics trumps the gender dynamic. But yes, but even the imagery of what they do, you know what I'm saying? It gives the impression that you know, so women have no say, so on and so forth.
Right.
To be this is a revolutionary organization. That term sometimes it becomes like cliches, whatever. But they're fighting for the minds. Revolutionary was not they also we fight for the minds and hearts of the people. And we talk about change. Like, I mean, like not just okay, yeah, just change. I mean, how we deal with relationships, how we view gender. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
All
sir.
the different that. And so it wasn't some sort of like affirmative action, like we're just gonna put women in
Right.
position just for the look of it. I mean, when I say Mother Comrade, who is Deborah Johnson?
Yes.
Comrade, you know. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, I hear stories, war and love stories of women. I'm talking about, I mean, it'd be so second nature. I find myself like, I get reminded. I'm telling on Comrade, this December 4th International Revolutionary Day. And she was telling what happened, you know, about, you know, she gives us a blow blood, December 4th and August 30th, she gives a blow blood, you know, virtual tour, what happened. And unbeknownst to me, what she was saying about when she covered down with Chairman Fred's body, when they came, she put the shells through the mattress. One brother, he literally could not grasp that. He kept saying that Chairman Fred covered her. He had no frame of reference. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
And I tell people to see, you have a frame of reference, you can be right there. You saying something. I used to knowledge once. I was sent to go to a central committee meeting in Oakland, California one time. And I recall, I said, oh man, I'm be late. I said, the wings on the plane are froze. And they said, what? I said, the wings on the plane are froze. And that's forget it. I said, when I touched down, I said, I'm gonna run late. But it couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Similar to like they would tell us about earthquakes, like what happened, how it feel, you know, so you can't grasp it. They just can talk about that dynamic of, you know what I'm saying, role of women. They wedded, they married theory and practice. You feel what I'm saying? It's one thing to say a good speech, oh yeah, boy, that's my deal. I mean, like to have women, you know what I'm saying, doing this not just to do it, but under contested conditions.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You have to see it. You know, and it can be second nature, you know what I'm saying? Only you know, even commend y'all volunteer, you know what I'm saying? And to see, it's important, a lot of times we just don't talk about it, but you know what I'm saying? Even when there be errors or mistakes, with self-determination, Malcolm X said, you know, mistakes belong to us. You know, and it's important even to talk about that discussion in a time period. Like you will hear, it's like it does such a job on us. Like it's a gender war. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like you hear terms like in the streets, like ops, you know, like different street organizations,
Right.
Christian blood, so on,
Right.
These cats talking about men and women. You know, it's like,
It's crazy, ain't it?
yeah, it's a tactic of colonization. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? And you to see that dynamic of it, you know, I'm fortunate to have, you know what I'm saying? I fell from a tree of two freedom fighters.
Yes, you did.
You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir.
I feel
Yes.
fortunate and to be able to acknowledge that. And see, Sheikh Anta Diop talks about how we come from a cloth. We come from a society of people. We can work in harmony with different contradictions, whether it's gender, nature. In other words, we can hop on the elephant and go where we going. Get up the elephant is not harm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody advance. Western society, Europeans, they have to cut it. They have to take the tusk off of it, cut it. Like hungry, eat down and gotta get, you know, put his head up on the wall. You know what I'm saying? And the gender, you know what I'm saying? In order for me to be, I gotta conquer you. You know what I'm saying? The man over the woman, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like a harmony. I was just in, I was coming out of the store, and Timor, right next to Accra in Africa. and walked in this store and the way this sister, oh, it was like this sister, she got in the car, she bent over, and it was like, and simultaneously, the baby, the brother, like when she bent to the brother, like he brought the baby, the rap, the car, it was like so beautiful. Like it was like heart, without even nothing being said. I was like, damn, just it was so beautiful how they worked in sync. You know what I'm saying? Rhythm. And they have also our community so much. They take one, you know what I'm saying? We just start saying, why is it bad without this? The imbalance. And to see that, I was like, ooh.
So I have a couple of questions for you. Well, it's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm Candace,
Respect.
with the Black Butterfly Podcast. I actually am the host, and I'm always going to use my co-host, but I birthed it just because I wanted to do something for the community, and I thought it was essential to have someone like Amaru come along and join me. But growing up, my parents taught me how to fight, not just physically, but verbally, how to use our words to make sure that we get things to change. So I want to ask you, and I'm also thankful to Mary for bringing me on. I want to ask you, where do we go from here? Because there's people like myself and then others that are in the room that, want to fight for a cause that's important. How do we get the young people in to see that there's some work to be done, not just for physical work, but, work in the community? Because I know a lot of them have seen violence and different things like that and toxicity, but they don't know that there's another side of that. Oftentimes we talk about being the change in the world that you want to see. So how do we bring them along with us?
I think it's imperative that like when we involve in struggle, even we don't take a position that just because certain things we not be familiar with, like past resistance, that is like this is something that's new. In other words, like it's a axiom that goes something like if a tree falls in the forest, if you don't hear the tree, it doesn't make a noise. That's an arrogance. It's, I mean, of course it makes a noise just because we didn't hear it, And the fact is, there is resistance been happening. In fact, we even still hear it. You know what I'm saying? It's not at a desired point, but it humbles you to say. I tell people else, I say, it's certain moves that are happening that, I gotta humble ourselves. Not to come in and say, man, we ain't doing nothing. It'd be like defeatism because we don't know about it. So to say that there is some in the ruling class, their position is not to let certain things happen. I just had some struggles this morning about some a documentary, a piece that was done on them, and I was edited. It took out some key parts. Like, I said, I'm hoping this stuff in Africa. I say, I hope some stuff get in, but I'll tell you, it's to take away the importance of showing people what's been happening before. Like in India, when they train elephants, they say if the elephant sees the trainer step on a cup, and that particular elephant steps on the cup, all the same type of cup, and the elephant sees this, that respective elephant has to be destroyed or transferred because they run the risk. As the elephant said, "Whoa, wait a minute, man." You gonna went to other elephants and say, "Man, we don't believe this dude. I weigh more than this chump. How was he called the shots on us?" So there's certain things that we get to humble ourselves. I'm not just saying like just walk on faith alone, but to humble ourselves and this stuff happening. Even we got saying we get like critical analysis, dialectical materialism. In other words, saying well, if this is happening, it's certain. Why do they have these laws in place? Why do they fear it? You know what I'm saying? Why they want us to know about certain things? It's like even some of the hits that we've taken. See, I don't know about that. They'll kill us. Say, well, who are we? They don't say this house. The federal government called for a wiretap on this house when Floyd was chairman. Fred Hampton was 13 going on 14 years old. When they got to Washington D.C. girl, they thought it was a typo. They said he can't be this young.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Man, one of his schoolmates, she told me, she said he was 12 years old. He said he went up there and seen a swimming pool facility for us. You can see the white children in this other Melrose Park, they go on swimming pool. She said he took us, he said he picked us up. She said he picked me and a couple of people. She got these cardboards and these twigs. I said, yeah. She says, what? She said, you heard me, twigs. We went and protested, 12 years old. The police do tear gas canister out there. So she said he grabbed a live tear gas canister, threw it back in the police station, 12 years old. And I'm hearing the story, you know what I'm saying? It makes me like, man, you get up the ante, you know what I'm saying? You try to hear like the story. So we have a conversation. We got also with young people, how do I get to the ground? And I tell you, we don't we look for gift wrap revolutions or perfect allies. So people say, okay, this is struggle. There's some people who are probably still on plantations who Harriet Tubman, they just say the Negro spiritual, they missed this whole dynamic. I struggled with some of my comrades. I said, 2-3 years ago, I remember telling this. I said, listen, when you hit the ground, it's Kendrick Lamar dynamic. And she said, oh, they told they gonna be here. I said, man, I'm telling you, put your ear to the ground. You saw the phenomenon, you know, it's different dynamics, you know, so you can certain ingredients are happening. And I kind of cut her. I said, you know what? I said, you need to listen to youngsters. I said, I pray for the day of a generation of youngsters who Black Panther Party, who stood up to their parents and said, we love you. However, we're not going to throw all these white Jesus pictures on the wall. You know what I'm saying? When they stand up and call that contradiction. See, that was a climb. Malcolm X talked about, those are front page, I think, of Time magazine, I think a 15, 16-year-old girl from China. She had a 45 on her father's head. And they said, what is the problem? She said, he betrayed the revolution. It was a cleansing. And I know that sounds harsh.
No, that's real.
But to have to say, man, this dynamic is so, to take position, I said, certain, but I told you call waiting on people to come along. I envy. I said, he got that luxury Kendrick Lamar as an artist. I said, because people told me, well, I don't understand. He ain't got, well, I said, I catch my son trying to baby to him. Come on, you don't understand this. There will be those who cannot get it.
Yes.
And in struggle, there was a climb in the 60s where there was a term, actually like the Red Book, it said, blood to the horse's brow, woe to those who can't swim. That was a common term. Blood to, in other words, blood up to a horse's eyebrows. And we pity those who can't swim. And in that instance, and the people, like I say, they can grasp certain things, you understand intelligence from articulate, that put into the ground, study. I seen Whack a Flack a few months ago. He reminded me, the Hayes Swiss Lanes, he reminded me when I met him. He said, yeah, he take me, he said, man, when we touched that, it was a year, I don't say probably 20 years ago, they were doing a video shoot on the southeast side of Chicago. When I pull up, as soon as he seen me, he said, oh, he's heard about you. So security camera. So okay, here's how this gonna go. So the brother came and Big D, he said, man, he said, when that brother, I'm Big D, he said you'll be pulling up over here. He said, I did 10 years with Sunday out at Coleman's. What? Yeah. Sunday out at Coleman's, those on no man.
Yes.
One last question for you before I let Mary close the show.
Y'all see how y'all be long-winded.
Talk of purpose, walking in purpose. Do you believe that there are some young individuals who talk about your father being at age 12 fighting for the right to have a cure for children who didn't have it in the neighborhood? Do you believe in young people being born into prophecy and being prophets in helping us or starting to lead the way? What's your thoughts on that?
People ask me, say, man, Jam, what's your spirituality based? I tell people, I said, there are a lot of things I can't scientifically explain. Sometimes I don't know how I came out alive. I just stated, my birth certificate was almost my death certificate. I've been in the case, I've had close calls. I do believe that high calling, and a lot of times we not. There's a term of party who say season time. We getting connected like forces, so this is like I never told us the two matches of Chandler Fred was out with you came on George Jackson, Sasha Cool, all them Johnson forces. So yes, I do believe that certain dynamic. I'm saying I'm meant to go to Burkina Faso. I make brother Captain Ibrahim. They're talking about the moves and the change they're making over there right now. And they told us he was born the same year that Thomas Sankara was assassinated. And that's why Burkina, I said, wow, what's the odds of that? So it's kind of metaphysical. So I do believe that certain deals, no doubt about it. Yeah.
Thank you for that. And lastly, do you think the time is now?
Ooh. I think it's a process. And that's this system is so Machiavellian. I say Machiavellian. We could be too, man. You know how to, man. capitalism is like, man, it's more colder in the coronavirus. It's gonna remorph that, re-identify, dress itself up, go dormant for a minute. So I think the time is always got to be, to be fighting for change. You know what I'm saying? And assessing, checking the temperature, what state, what moves can we make of it. Remain the vanguard. Don't fall behind the people, but also keep your ear to the ground. Like I said, I just get back in the country. I gotta check the temperature. Where we at now? What's happening? What's happening? Where people have some electoral politics? Where they at with this issue? So my ear to the ground. So always studying the people, see how far they can go.
Okay. Can you tell us how we can be a partner with you? How can we become partners with you? We would love to have partnerships.
First and foremost, this right here, we don't. I remember let's do this more and more. This is a good move that y'all here at the Hampton House. Get this information out. So I'm again commend this. This is a great move. And we got different programs working on. I want to pick y'all brains for different dynamics of the social media. We just had a Tiny Desk concert. We're gonna start doing that. Whatever. Thank you. Do that again. So whatever ideas y'all got, you know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna say we down for principal coalitions, scientific relationships. Yeah.
Final question.
Well, I would say, I wouldn't even say the question. I would just say the appreciation is definitely there. We appreciate the sacrifices that your family has made, the sacrifices that you have made and you are making now. We appreciate the organizing that you're doing across the pond because you're not just relegated to the states. Like it's just global. It's a global issue, and so we love you. You inspire us. We would love to work with you in some way, maybe show up at one of our cleanups one year when you have time, because we know you're
I'll be honored to. Yeah.
Crazy busy.
Yeah.
But we would love to work with you.
Yes.
And just connect with you, network with you, and see what we can do because it's a lot of people who revere your family. Like I don't think you understand. Like it's people in the area that when your father's name and your name is said, they get chill bumps.
I'm on it.
And so, because of the work you guys put in. And so, with that, that's all I have. Love you, brother.
Love you, right black.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
My final question, and I'm just silly anyway. But seriously, like with Rock Truth, my daughter, she would always just say, "Yeah, Rock Truth, everything. It's Rock Truth toothpaste. It's Rock Truth soap."
I don't
It's
know.
a good idea.
Yes. Man, miles of days, everything else is real talk. Real talk. Yeah. Yeah.
Bad when it's in the
That's
stove.
right.
So,
Yes.
but what do you do for fun? Like, or is everything the revolution? Like, is brushing your teeth the revolution? Like, the revolution.
I relax my downtime. I did. I like them when sometimes I make a choice. Some fit on these human beings go hang out with these dogs for a minute. Now, but I just poetry. I like and I go to a cigar lounge. I just
He got some for you.
Okay.
He got some for you, bro. That's the man right there.
And run on, get to the thing. And I'm glad you asked that question because a lot of times the narrative is like, this is
All the time.
showing.
Yeah.
We have problems. We have we human beings and intertwine that. You know what I'm saying? My mother used to make a joke about you and Cham, y'all rhythm be off. I said, that's what you mean. She said, only you y'all can dance, y'all can't jam. So I love going to watch at the stepping. Right. I love. I pick it out. She's very personal. I think it. But watching that dynamic, just water. I look like let me go smash. But I call the brother. He goes hit us with the fish tank. So the fish tank up. I love to spend that lakefront, we got water. Yeah. Studio, I get that. Poetry is released for me.
Yes.
Poetry is released for me. I get, I'm saying, we gonna get that Tiny Desk concert kicking back on here. I just said that pen and pad. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I thank you too as well for this interview. Thank you for this momentous opportunity, this historic opportunity for us as well. One thing I loved about your father is that he always focused and maintained the revolution as the end goal. You know, he
Yes.
reminded me of Christ, especially with the kingdom movement that we have
Yes.
with Rock Truth. It's like he continuously pointed to his father when everybody was pointing to him. And even in those final moments, he's just like, no. Like, I don't need to escape. I don't need, no. Take that and put it into the community. Put it back into, getting the medical center and get it.
Yes.
If they gonna kill me, let them kill me. And if you ain't found
Yes.
something to die for, you might as well already.
Already.
You know what I mean? And so it's so revolutionary. I thank you. Just because again, grand shoes to fill as you're walking into your purpose and just knowing, hey, you can be a human being,
Yes.
right? In society and still do what it is that you came here to do. So thank you.
Thank you. This whole process, I know my schedule would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? I live on a suitcase. You've been very understanding. You've been phone tech. What's our brother? Shout out. What's our brother who connected us?
Whoa boy, did Cedric Collins. Shout out to Whoa boy.
Yeah, shout out. I just appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is spirit of making history, taking history, taking history. I appreciate you, y'all. Again, y'all came through it. Y'all professionalism, y'all energy. Y'all good. Like,
Thank you, King.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, real matter of fact, so keep them on your August 30th and December 4th.
Yes,
Two major
yes.
days.
Yes.
We gonna be tagged. We connected.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
are here to serve again. You need us for
Yes.
any of your media needs.
Yes,
brother.
right on.
We would love to do documentaries. We
Oh.
would love to do work specifically with you.
Let's do it.
And again, just putting out the truth
Yes.
of our own history.
Yes.
So that, our children can have something to
Yes.
tell their children
Yes.
and their children, and that is generational wealth
Yes.
for us.
No doubt about it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. Again, I am Mary with Rock Truth. Don't forget to rock truth, no matter the consequence. Peace. Okay? Peace.